on this side, we have a Just Dire Things automatic farm for the Just Dire Things material. So essentially, there are these things called goo, and the goo will transform blocks of things beside it. In this case, let's do a little example. How about, I'll grab some iron, okay? And so if I put iron into this, it will start placing iron blocks because this is the block placer, which also has an area of effect. And what I did for that is I just left empty the spaces that I want to fill with whatever the block in here is. So it will just put it into those spaces. Down here is an advanced block breaker, but it will only break the raw ores that are going to form. So as you watch, you can see it kind of transforms here because of the void shimmer goo, sorry, not glue. And this will keep doing this cycle until it runs out of whatever's in here. Also, this, I'll go around to the back of this one here. Let's turn you, oh, you are off. It's this one. Turn you off. Boop. Okay. Let's go back around here. A lot of stuff going on. But anyways, that drawer is hooked up to that machine. So if there's anything up here, it'll just continually come down to this machine until it runs out of whatever it is. And this machine will attempt to place the blocks of whatever. So blocks of iron, blocks of gold, blocks of diamond, or blocks of coal. And all of those things are transformed by the goo into, you can see that one's changing, this one's changing. It's transformed by the goo into the materials you need to do Just Dire Things. Now over here, I've started using the hostile neural network stuff. So what you can do is you basically have a model, and where's my thingy here? Oh, I'm holding it in my phone. I use a deep learner, and the deep learner allows you to put a model in, and it will learn about that model. So every time you kill another, whatever this happens to be, so in this case it's Enderman, when you kill an Enderman, it will create a better model of it. And eventually at some point, if you look in the top left corner of the screen there, it says 4 remaining. It's a faulty model. If I defeat 4 more Endermen, it will create a basic model that I can use to generate loot. So the loot generation happens in the, this combination of the simulation chamber and then the loot fabricator. So the simulation chamber up there uses the model, which based on how accurate it is, it will succeed or fail. And when it's done, a successful one, it will send down a Enderman prediction, and that can be used to generate any of the things that an Enderman would normally be able to drop. So loot fabricator, lots of fun. All right, now what else? Oh yeah, okay. So this is my little villager hall, and we're using a mod called Easy Villagers, right? And Easy Villagers allows us to automate a lot of things to do with villagers. So for instance, like we can breed more villagers, we can grow them up, we can automatically trade with them, and we can cycle the trade, so you can actually get what you want out of villagers without a lot of pain. What we have here is the villager iron farm, and the iron farm essentially spawns an iron golem every once in a while, and then it will create some output. So normally when you would have an iron farm in vanilla, you would have, iron golems falling into some lava or something like that will kill them, and it will produce items afterwards. In this case, it'll produce poppies, right? Hang on, can't remember. Poppies. It'll produce poppies and iron ingots. So we've been collecting for quite a while. Normally I'd build a lot more than this, but it's sort of been, functioning in the background and providing lots of iron for me. Okay, back upstairs. So these are some of the villager stations, and this is an automatic villager station. So in this case, it will attempt to trade whatever trade you set up. So the villager can, do various things with you as if, it was a regular villager trading thing, but you can pick the one you want. So in our case, we just want to sell potatoes all the time and get emeralds. And the output of that is going into here, and as we can see, we've got lots of emeralds saved up. So 55, 50, wow, it's a weird number. 55, 55, 55, 65. Oh, my eyes are still messed up. I had some eye medication recently. Okay, and for instance, here's librarians, right? So I've got one with chainsaw, I've got one with looting, I've got one with fortune, most importantly, ending, which becomes less important as you get further on in the game. But right now, I need my things to be able to mend themselves. This is the ore processing that I set up before with Mechanism. So essentially, the most basic ore processing is you send something to enrichment chamber, and it will basically turn 3 of something into 4 and creates the dust, which then is sent over to the furnace to be smelted. Now I turned the furnace off, but I'm going to put it back on again. There was a point where there was not enough power, so ignored. But anyways, it creates the ingots, which then are all fed back into this chest using the logistical transporter from Mechanism. So a logistical transporter is basically a pipe mechanism that allows you to move items back and forth between, storage things. Let's make sure I have this off. Another thing that's pretty cool that I've worked on a bit is this mob farm. I should get rid of those. But anyways, the mob farm generates whatever kind of spawner you have here. And let's just seal that up. Boop, boop. And those creatures are pushed over by the mob fans into this mob masher. And the mob masher itself has some upgrades. So like it's got 9 out of 10 for sharpness. It's got a looting upgrade of 10 and smite. So it will work really well against undead things and, well, actually pretty much everything. Over here, we have an experience holder from Just Dire Things, and what we'll do is we'll sort of step on that, and you see it takes all the experience out of me. So if I want to, I can come at any time and grab some experience for myself. See, now I've got 100 levels. And anytime I just want to save it, I step on the thing, it activates, and sucks all the experience out of me. The best reason for this is because I die a lot, and this means that experience that I have won't actually be lost. Now, when the mobs in here are killed, I've got looting on here, so it causes a great deal of things to be generated, like from the things that are killed in the mob grinder thing. That doesn't need to be there. But anyways, these come into this chest, and then I've got a Mechanism logistical sorter, which will move these things to a certain place. So in most cases, the drops from the mobs will end up in this small storage system here. I do need to make this bigger and better, but I haven't had the chance really to do that yet. These drawers have all been upgraded with some sort of upgrade that allows more storage. And here is essentially, right now I'm trying to fill this thing up with ender pearls because I use them downstairs for the Just Dire Things automation. But it's I've got so much down there right now. I don't really need to worry about it so much. Okay, what else can I say? Enchanting setup that is not maxed out in any way. Because of Apotheosis, we can create basically upgrades and different kinds of shelves and things like that, and put candles up here to increase the various attributes of this enchanting table. And how you do that will result in better and different enchantments, right? Some very special enchantments and whatnot. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've discovered since putting all of that stuff together down there and the stuff together up here that this power source is definitely not going to cut it. So I had to essentially make these simple coal generators, multiple of them with the absolute best fuel I can, of course, to try and compensate for that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to design a reactor from Extreme Reactors, or Bigger Reactors, I can't remember what it's called. It's one of the two. It's gone through multiple names. Anyways, we're going to do a 7x7 interior, so that means we have 9x9 here. This is where I'm going to basically build it. And we're just going to build it up, I think, probably 3 levels inside, and we're going to start a reactor. So let's go to the internet and figure out how to design it. Just go to Google, put in Extreme Reactor Simulator, and do a search. Boop. And it's the first thing up there, br.sidoh.org. And the big reactor simulator is awesome. Basically, all you do is go up to new reactor, choose the size that you want. In this case, we're going to do probably 7 by 7, and we'll just say 3 for starters, okay? You hit create, and it gives you an example of how big the reactor can actually be. So generally, you want to do a checkerboard pattern. So you would leave the middle one blank and do these as a starter, okay? And then you would want to actually, maybe not this way. Sorry, let's undo that. Do. So we want the center to be empty, so that means all around it, okay? And this will tell you basically how much RF per tick you're going to make. And so this is going to have 3 high inside of it and 7 by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But with a lot of room for expansion. So for instance, if we want to continue doing the checkerboard pattern, we can do more around the outside of it. And as you see, every time we add another set of control rods, the amount of RF per tick goes up. But we also have to consider that cooling it will cause it to be more efficient. Okay, so we go to here. So we get even more RF per tick. We're only using 0.22 millibuckets per tick of the reactor fuel. And this carries on if we also do this on the outside as well. You see the amount goes up. Okay, so now 14,000.22. And I think that if we were to, let's turn the auto update off for a second because it will get mad at me. If we were to surround everything all the way around with the coolant and hit simulate, see 15,807.23. So, you know, these help a lot in terms of cooling and in terms of efficiency, but I think for now, we could get away with something like this. And actually, even in the short term, we can get away with something much smaller than that. So, so that'll be 3 diamond blocks. So 15 diamond blocks plus the, each of these will have 2 fuel rods and 1 control rod on top. So, is that right? No, actually, it'll have 3 fuel rods. So 3, 6, 9, 12 fuel rods in total. Anyways, this is how I go about planning our reactor, and it's a really good simulator. There are also tutorials on how to do extreme reactors as well. So I'll list some of those in the comment. All right, so in order to be able to design this, I'm going to need a bunch of steel, a bunch of graphite, right? Which I have started doing earlier. And there should be a decent amount here. Oh, maybe not yet. Still working on it? What the heck? Okay. All right. I must have paused the game. Anyways, this is a good start here. So the graphite bars will take, and we will start making some of the pieces that we need. Now, let's go to this one. Okay. And we're going to start off with reactor casings. So according to the internet, I'm going to need 253 of those. So let's start. So 64, 128. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Math 180, 192. And how much did I say? 253, so we'll just end up making 256. I think we actually need a few of these for other parts as well. Okay, so we'll start with that. Now we'll let the rest of that stuff cook up. And let's get rid of all these. So I think what I'll do is I'll just leave this as the base here, which is fine. And all of these can be reactor casings. However, on the sides that are not like the corners, we are able to use reactor glass, and I'd like to use that because A, it looks better, and, well, really just A, it looks better. But let's get this going up here. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going to need a little bit more space up here because it will have to go up to 4 high. Alright. I think this is okay. Let's make a little more room here, though. Alright. Oh. There we go. Sorry about that. Sound was wrong. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And we'll have to make one more. Okay. And basically this will be the frame. The frame has to be made of reactor casings. It can't be made of anything else. However, the sides can be made from reactor glass or other components of the reactor, such as like the reactor controller or the input-output ports for various things. Okay, let's go. Okay, good start. And good talk. All right, let's go back here and get some more of the graphite. What else is it that I need to... Let me see here. So I'm going to need reactor fuel rods. So I'm going to need 12 fuel rods and 4 control rods. So let's do that. Oh, I think I'm going to need some uranium in my inventory for this. So let's go grab some. I have been saving up uranium just for this occasion because I figured I might use the this version of a reactor. So let's just grab a stack of that. And so we want 12 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we want 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need a whole bunch of diamond blocks. How many was that going to be? 84. So I need 20 more of those. I need 1 controller. And I think that's it. So I guess 20 of these. Which is, I just got more than that. That's fine. Okay, so let's fill in the bottom here. Did I make... could have sworn I made more. What did I... okay, let me think here. I'm often blind when it comes to seeing things right in front of me. No more casings. Okay, let me see. Maybe it went into this backpack by accident. That's also possible. Nope. Okay, so let's just make more. Where is it? Reactor. Reactor casings. Okay, boom. I do have more. Hang on. That's so weird. Okay. Alright, fine. We'll blame this moment of insanity to, my lack of sleep over the last week. Now, the nice thing about extreme reactors is that these reactors actually don't go critical. So, unlike the mechanism reactor, which can actually blow up and cause radiation poisoning to everybody, these ones are actually not subject to that. Oops, I shouldn't be doing that around the middle yet. Okay, oops. The reason I want to leave room is because... no, I always gotta do this to make sure I don't get it wrong. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's the middle. Okay, so, where's our fill rods? So we want 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna build these all the way up. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, not you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now on top of these ones, that's where we're going to put the control rods. Okay. And then next we want to place the diamonds. So we're going to want to make sure the diamonds go all the way up to the top. -1, because we're going to have to put in a reactor casing or something here. And now originally, let me think here. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to have gonna have to take all those out in a minute. These go all the way to the edges. Okay. So that way we have casings, reactors, like all the way to the reactor casing outside here, that it's basically insulated. Whoops, not you. And we'll do this on all of the sides of it, so that way we can be sure that the maximum amount of cooling is going to occur. Now, what did I do wrong? I might have placed these wrong, which is awful. No, I think I did it right. Okay, so we want 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. My math was messed up because, like, one of these is 3 and one of these is 2 once you've already built the other parts. Okay, so let's just do this again. Now, hopefully this will all turn out right. Pretty sure it will. Oops. Okay, and then I guess these last ones here. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so those will do the majority of the cooling that we need. Now let's just pillar our way up here. I think we have a couple extras, which is fine. Boop. Okay, so these can either be reactor glass or casing. So I'm just going to put casings on the top here. Alright, and that is everything we need to go there. Now, on this side, I think what I'll do is I'll put reactor casings on the top and bottom, and then I will put some reactor glass in the spots around. So I should have left this empty. Now, I believe reactor glass is just reactor casings and glass, but we'll see in a minute. It just looks better. There's no reason not to use these other than the fact that we'd like it to look nice, so we'll just stick with that. Well, I think that's enough for this episode. We'll come back in the next episode. Oops. And finish off building this reactor. So I hope everybody has a safe and, good time, and take care, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.